Hi guys, welcome back to KavetiLaw series. This is Srinivas Kaveti again signing in from New York. And today I'm going to discuss a very important aspect and a very important topic for students. A revocation of a student visa from the consulates, and if you drink and drive, or if you take drugs and drive, if you're speeding, all those things. We just had a recent client who was a student who came all the way from India and who was pursuing his master's in America. He was driving a car in the night. He was thinking that police would not know when he was driving. He was driving 120 miles an hour when it is only 70 miles an hour road. In highways, you cannot drive more than 70 miles an hour. This guy was driving thinking that there will not be any police. See, guys, you need to understand that the cops, the highway patrol police, they are sitting in bushes with the radar gun. When you're driving excess speeding, what they would do, because the radar gun picks it up, and they will chase you, and they will use their siren, they will use their police lights, and they will stop you. And when they are chasing you, when they are following you, when they put their lights on, you need to stop the car. If you don't stop the car, that means you're evading the police to arrest you or inspect you or search you. That itself is also an offense. If you're trying to flee away from chasing police cars, that's an offense by itself. So what happened when the police chased this guy, our client? He was stopped, and then when he was stopped, the police officer asked for a driving license. Guys, most of the times when we come into this country, the overseas, we have an information thinking that you can drive with an international license. Yes, you can drive in America with an international license. However, if you're coming on a visitor visa, you can drive until 30 to 60 days. But if you come on a student visa, can you drive on an international license? Only for limited purposes. So guys, if you come to America on a student visa or an H-1B visa, please go and get a local license, driver's license. And you should also have an insurance for the car. Sometimes you don't take an insurance, and there are some states it's unlawful. You could even go to jail if you don't have an insurance for the car. So guys, first thing is you should have a driver license. Two, you should also have a driving license and insurance for the car. So this guy was driving without a license. So the police saw, when he saw that he was not even wearing a seat belt. That is another offense. So not having a license and driving is an offense. Speeding is another offense. And not wearing a seatbelt is an offense. And the police officer smelled something in the car. So he checked the car, he searched the car because it's in the plain view. It's an exception to the general rule that under the Constitution of US, the police cannot search your premises, your private premises. Only they can do it under the exception of general rule that if they see any crime, serious crime perpetrated. When they smell that in the car, when he searched the car, he found that this guy was driving after taking marijuana, and he found some traces of marijuana in the car. That's a serious offense. It's a felony, and it's a 5 years of imprisonment. And lastly, the guy was even taking some drugs, which are medicines, which are not prescribed by the doctor in this country. If you buy some medicines in a pharmacy store, sometimes you can manage a pharmacist and get some medicines which are intoxicated. They are called controlled substance. That means if you go to a pharmacy store, get some drugs without prescription, then possessing marijuana without a prescription is also an offense. It's a very serious offense, because some states have prescribed marijuana. You can take marijuana with a prescription. But if you're having that without any prescription, that's a serious offense. So total, you're looking at 7 to 10 years of jail term. Unfortunately, he was arrested, he was put in jail, and when the court gave him a bail, he didn't even have money to pay for the bail and fines. So they have charged him for another thing, because they will surcharge if you don't have money. So that's another offense. So totally 5 to 6 offenses for a small mistake by driving a car without a license, and while having marijuana in your car and consuming marijuana, controlled substance, driving a car without a license, and you were speeding and not having a seat belt, and the guy is looking at 7 to 10 years of jail term now. And these are all felonies. Felonies means more than 1 year jail term. And unfortunately, in 2 days, 48 hours, he received an email from the Delhi embassy saying that your visa has been revoked. What is the meaning of revocation? Revocation of student visa means cancellation of visa. So his visa is get cancelled. All his dreams are being shattered. So, you know, for a simple, silly mistake, you will not get an H-1B and you will not get an employment in US, because when you go for your criminal background check, your crime record and your arrest will come in the crime, background check. You will not get a job. And when you go to India for an H-1B stamping, you will not get your H-1B stamped. The consulate will refuse because you have committed a moral turpitude offense. The other thing is, when you want to enter back into United States, the border security police will arrest you again. So what's going to happen, guys? Your parents' dream will be tarnished, your dream will be shattered, and you can never, if you go in the jail in this country, you will spend at least 5 to 7 years in the jail, and criminal law is very expensive in this country. You're spending $7,000 to $10,000 for the attorney fees, and you could be deported as well. After you serve the sentence, you could be deported. Deportation is an international crime, and when you go back to your country, they will impound your passport. What is the meaning of impounding the passport? They will cancel your passport. You will not be able to go to any other country. So guys, so for one silly mistake, by not knowing the law, you are getting you're jeopardizing your life, and you're also tarnishing and shattering the dreams of your parents after spending so many lakhs of rupees. And guys, you're coming to these developed countries and taking drugs and driving and having marijuana, controlled substance in India also is a serious offense under the drug laws in India too. So a country like India will not spare. So why would Americans would spare you? Because you are a threat to this society, and these are called moral turpitude offenses. They will take it very seriously. You're committing an offense under the immigration law. You're committing an offense under the drug laws and the criminal laws. So guys, if this will be helpful to your friends, share this with your groups. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe our channel, and see you soon. Thank you.